Hi beauties, welcome to today's video. I'm Shelby Van. I am the founder of the Happy Hippies Academy, a Reiki practitioner and life coach, spiritual life coach kind of thing. And today's video is about the 7 types of soulmates and the journey of becoming more secure and how that relates to progressing with those levels of soulmates. To start with, I was always really interested in soulmates. I grew up in a more like in a religious background, so a Catholic-based background, and so for me, I definitely more so believed, and I still do believe in having that one person that you're meant to be with. And there's like other things of like fluctuations where that's kind of changed and stuff for me in different ways in relationship. And but I've always believed in soulmates. And I read or listened to this book, and it's on the Hay House app. So if you guys are really interested in Reiki and energy and spirituality and any of the woo-woo, then the Hay House app is really Hay House app is really good for you to check out because it's got a lot of good audiobooks and meditations and immersive learning and like all the all the goodness from there. So this book, which is by Vianna Stibal, I believe. I don't know if that's how you say your name, but she does a lot of Theta Healing type stuff. Not something that I'm interested in, but I really liked her book and the explanation that she had around soulmates and the different levels, which is what this video is based around. So she talks about these seven levels of soulmates, 7 types of soulmates. And as I've been learning more and more and increasing my knowledge for my life coaching combination with the Reiki and the energy healing and this like spirituality stuff that I have in the Happy Hippies Academy, I thought this stuff really, there was like this connection. And I thought it was really interesting because I don't know if people have heard of these different levels of soulmates before either, because I hadn't until I listened to this. So I wanted to share that and just share my the connections that I was kind of making, and if it resonates with you guys, and that's great. If not, fine, go away. Take what you want from it, but be nice. That's all I ask. If it's not for you, just go find something that is. So 7 types of soulmates. First one, the twin flame. A lot of people have probably heard of the twin flame. You don't really want to manifest this one. Don't ask. Like, you can ask for this one, but this isn't the soulmate that you ultimately want. It might be the right thing for this part of your journey that you're on, but the twin flame isn't really the one that you want. This is the one where it's this more like chaotic type of soulmate. And it's this runner and chaser type of dynamic. And I'm going to do another video on twin flames in particular, another kind of connection that I made with attachment style and twin flame type things, because like runner and chaser to me sounds very much like an anxious attachment style and a more dismissive attachment style. So the runner would be the dismissive, the chaser would be the anxious, and it's actually like this more attachment style based thing. So it's a not like a non-secure form of attachment style that's happening here, and then you're just combining it and saying it's a spiritual thing of a twin flame. And so it's actually like an unhealthy relationship because it's not balanced properly. It's not secure, and you can become secure. You can learn how to find, like with the life coaching stuff that I do. I'm at this point in time, I don't have my attachment theory certificate. I'm doing that in a couple of months, but I will have that, and I'm going to be able to help you guys with the figuring out how to become more secure. I've been doing some work on it myself anyway, so I have the tools and I can help now at this stage. But in a couple of months, I'll have my full certificate and knowledge of it. So anyway, the twin flame thing is just it's this basically an unhealthy relationship type soulmate. It's you're learning, you've got an insecure attachment style, and you guys just don't know how to interact with each other properly, and it's not going to last. It's not a very fun relationship. And this is something, the twin flame is said to be like this. the way that I understood it, and someone that said that I was their twin flame, was that there is this runner and chaser thing, and you're just being like the runner right now, and like I'm chasing you, and eventually it's going to turn around and it's going to be the other way around. I'm like, I don't really know. It never really vibed with me. I didn't like it, and and then once I started learning about the attachment styles, it really seemed to resonate more so that it was like, no, this this is just a really unhealthy attachment style. And this is like this more anxious side, like needing this love and attention, and like, don't leave me, don't leave me, don't abandon me. And chasing, because anytime that the person that needed space and was being more more dismissive, for example, saying like, whoa, like this is too much. You're just like, you're all over me all the time. And like, you're just really like super needy, more like just a lot of needing reassurance and not being able to get that for themselves. The more anxious person, then the more dismissive person, or even a secure person, would be like, no, I need time. And I need you to give me that space. And so that's what creates this like runner chaser type of dynamic. But that's not really what it's to me, it's attachment style. And to me, it's also something that you will repeat. So there may be this more like spiritual connection, recognition that is associated with like the twin flame side of things. But this type of runner chaser dynamic is an attachment style type thing. And it's something that will be repeated until you actually recognize the patterns that you have. And until you, when you recognize them, then you start to actively change them, because it's these like insecure things within yourself that you have to work on and reprogram and learn to become more stable and to give to yourself in order to heal that. So that was a long first ramble of the number one soulmate, which is the twin flame. And something else I just want to say about soulmates in general: soulmates can be any type of person. They can be your family, they can be romantic partners, they can be your friends, they can be the people that you work with, it can be like teachers, anything kind of thing. They don't just necessarily have to be a romantic thing. And I just want to say that as well, because I believe that there are all different types of soulmates that are meant to teach us things. And I feel like that's the basis of soulmates in general, is that all the soulmates are meant to teach us various types of things and lessons. Okay. Sorry, I've got frog in my throat, not literally, but croaking a little. Number 2 is the incompatible soulmate. So this one, the way that Vianna describes it, is that whether or not you believe in past lives, you may have been with this person in a past life, or even just in this life. And say, for example, it could be someone like your high school boyfriend kind of thing. So if you married your high school boyfriend, this might not be appropriate for you. But if you think of, actually, no, this could still work. So if you think of your high school boyfriend who you married or who you didn't marry, either or, but if you think of them at that point in time to where you are now, and if you were to get back together with them type of thing, and they hadn't changed at all. So say high school boyfriend, now you're 30. If you got together with them and they hadn't changed at all, you would be incompatible, right? So that's kind of what this type of dynamic is. It's just this incompatible. It's just, it's not going to work. Like you're just not, kind of thing. And this could happen. This could be someone coming back in from a past life. So there's something familiar about them. There's something you know about them. Like you like something about them in the past, but it's just, you're not lined up anymore. And so it's not something that will work or last. That's number 2. Number 3 is the diamond in the rough soulmate. And no, not this one. Okay. So this is, for me, what I think with this one is, for the people out there, which I was really having a hard time being patient with trying to call in my soulmate. I think the person that I'm with now is the number 7 soulmate, which we'll get to. And I was having a really hard time. But when I listened to this, I was like, okay, I don't want to call in the wrong person at the wrong time. And the diamond in the rough could be the right person for you. It's just that it's too early to have called them in. So if you're really impatient, you're like, I want my soulmate right now. I want them now. You're going to end up going through a harder time with them at the beginning because they're not ready. They're not quite at that stage. And so this, for example, this could look like, I want to be with my soulmate right now, and they just got out of a relationship. They're in a divorce. They're like emotionally unstable for some reason. Maybe they're going through some emotional healing. Maybe they're going through some sort of addiction that they're trying to work through. And these things, and this is stuff that they're dealing with. They're just not at the stage where they're really, really like ready emotionally, basically emotionally, to be with someone in a really healthy way. And so if you ask too hard and say like, I want my soulmate right now, the universe will probably give it to you, but that soulmate might not be ready. Like they're not fully cooked is the way that Vianna said that. Vianna, I interchange how I say her name. And she compared it to like a not fully baked cake, or like a souffle. If you take the souffle out at the wrong point in time, it's just going to fall, right? Same thing with the cake. Like it'll be battery. Like, I mean, I like cake batter, and I mean, this might resonate with you guys too. Be like, you know what? If they're rough around the edges, that's fine. If they're a little like gooey and not quite fully structured yet, I like that. And that's still some of the unhealed stuff coming up in us, be like, oh, I'm attracted to this, but that's not, it's not actually like the most healthy thing to have. Right. And so it's, to me, if you're like really wanting this and you really want to manifest this partner right now, there's still some healing for you that you need to do as well, because you're not as secure. Because if you feel like you need this, it's probably more like that anxious side of attachment coming and be like, I need this partner. I can't be without love. I need someone. I don't want to be abandoned. I don't want to be alone. I want this person in my life. And so like there's this neediness of not being okay with just being alone and waiting and having that patience, and not wanting to do that healing quite yet. And so if you call them in early, you're going to be forced to do it anyway, because they're not ready, you're not ready. And it's going to be rough. It's going to be a bit hard. Yeah. So that's, yeah, I think that's all the information I need to give you on that. The next one, number 4. Number 4 is the unfinished business soulmate, or to me, this is like your karmic soulmate. So again, could be in this lifetime or from past lifetimes that you've met them. And there's like just this something that was unfinished, or something that the karma needs to be balanced kind of thing. So for me, this person that I'm talking about, that in the past, they said they were my twin flame, there were some things that we kind of went through. Like we got along really well. And we talked about some things, and we kind of ended up doing this thing where I did this meditation, no, I had a Reiki session with my friend, and something had come through that he had said. And I said, can you like connect in here and see if you can figure out what happened? And I'm just, because I was kind of like, I don't really believe that we were connected in the past life. I really want you to prove it. So I wanted him to connect in with me and see if like, can you see what we got from this Reiki session, and like, tell me what happened. And it was this, what it was like this past life experience that him and I had, and we had been together in a past life, and we had a baby, but something had happened. I think I can't remember exactly what it was now, but it was something to the effect of, it was like his fault that we lost the baby, kind of thing. And so that came up, and he had said sorry. He said sorry to me in this lifetime. I was like, I am so sorry that happened. And to me, that was the karmic balance that was needed. I believe that's what was needed. Like we kind of kept coming back together and away from each other. But it was always this like unhealthy dynamic that we had, like the twin flame stuff, but then also maybe there's some karmic stuff here. And I think that with that karmic piece, that's what was needed. And then we didn't need to have that relationship anymore. And I have another experience with another type of relationship where we had known each other in the past, and I never spoke to this man about this stuff, but in one of my a different Reiki practitioner that I was working with, and she was more into past lives type things. And I was saying like, is there like anything coming through right now about past lives and with this person that I'm seeing at the moment? And there was some I can't remember exactly what it was that happened, but something that made me really feel very unsafe with this man in a past lifetime. And then in this lifetime, the stuff that I was learning from him and the way that he really made me feel was very safe. I felt very safe with him. And I feel like I learned specifically about the karmic partners through another really good resource is Christine Hassler. She has a great podcast, and she does these like coaching sessions. And she did this one, and she was talking, I don't remember which one it was, but she ended up talking about like these karmic connections when people come into our lives and they just are meant to teach something, and then all of a sudden they just like drop off the end of the earth. And that's kind of like what happened in a way for us. It was just meant to end, kind of thing. It was never going to be anything more than what it was. And that's that. But I got what I needed out of it, which was this really safe feeling. And so again, it felt like the balance was reset, and the karma was now level, even, good, neutral. So that's number 4, the unfinished business soulmate, or the karmic type relationship. Number 5 is the compatible soulmate, which is basically you're compatible. You're compatible at this particular point in time, but you may not grow together. So that's the gist of number 6. If you're looking for someone that's going to grow with you, then you want, that's number 5, not number 6. Number 5 is the compatible soulmate. Number 6 is the compatible life soulmate, who is someone that is going to be compatible with you, but is also someone that's going to grow alongside you, along with you. And they encourage it. They encourage your growth. You encourage their growth. And so it's a really quite beautiful reunion. And then union, not reunion, reunion and union, perhaps, if you know them from a past life. And then number 7 is the divine life partner soulmate. And so this one is someone that is compatible with you. They share the same mission as you. You're meant to go through life together to complete this mission, which is like, again, if you're watching this, and I feel like this is the right resonancy, it's this mission of consciousness and being able to create something where you're able to empower other people to come to like this more conscious state, to be able to heal themselves, and just like to create other leaders around you, kind of thing. And like do that together, support each other, grow together. And you just basically like align, your visions really align with one another, kind of thing. And if there's other soulmates that are in, or that you're like going through life with, they will end up being like removed from your life if you are meant to be with this divine life partner, because you have a particular mission, and anyone that is not in line with that mission will eventually leave until you're with the person that is meant to be on that mission. And so like in the like with attachment styles and becoming more secure in your relationship to self and with others, to me, this is like you're going up the rung of types of soulmates as you become more secure, because you also become more, I'm trying to think of another word other than secure, but you're becoming like more healthy in the way that you interact with yourself. You're getting more clear on the things that you want, what's acceptable to you, what's not acceptable to you, where your moral obligations are, what you'll stand for, what you will not stand for, and where you really want to go in life. Like, what is your life purpose, and who do you want beside you walking with you there, and who else like do you want to surround yourself with other types of people, friends, family, again, your partner, whatever else, like, right, these people that inspire you. And it's just that as you get healthier, as you get more secure, you're able to surround yourself with other like really secure, inspiring, wonderful people that are here to help you on your specific mission. And so I just think that that's like this information, the soulmates, and the combination with the attachment theory type stuff that I'm learning for the life coaching, it's just, I think it blends really, really well. And I think it really makes sense. And so let me know whether or not you guys think the same thing, if you think that those things really blend nicely, because one of the things that I've really found, and when I first started kind of coming into spirituality type stuff again, in a more aligned way, I felt like I was more so using it in a way to, I didn't have answers to things. So I kind of leaned on spirituality to give me those answers. And they weren't really wrong, but there's also these other things which I really like to have different types of science and theory prove spirituality, or to have them like go hand in hand with each other, because I think that they do. I think it's really nice to be able to understand like where these theories come, how it's right over here in the in like a more logical sense as well, but to really be able to be like, yeah, I love like the idea of spirituality and leaning on it and getting intuitive messages and letting it continue to guide me to the right places, and then to like where the proof is over here with science, with these different types of science and things. So if all that resonates with you and you're interested in healing and becoming more secure and finding the right soulmate for you and going through that journey, then come and book in a Reiki session and we can start and see where you're at. Or if you want to go right into some life coaching type stuff, then we can move on to that and start reprogramming your wounds, your core wounds that you have, like the things that you kind of speak to yourself, and speaking kinder to yourself, learning how to do that, catching the stories that you're saying, which really are not true and are keeping you in this more like fight, flight, freeze, fawn responses, any of those things that can create these more like tumultuous relationships and are stopping you from elevating to finding that divine life partner that you probably ultimately want. Again, if you're here, that's probably what you're seeking. So I hope that you guys really enjoyed that, and I'll talk to you guys on the next video.